people think of Singapore, the usual images pop up. The Marina Bay Sands skyline, glittering malls, and the rhythm of capitalism humming everywhere. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love those things, and one of the most memorable experiences this trip was doing a 6-kilometer run along the Marina Bay waterfront with a bunch of new friends. We'd all met at a social event, hit it off, and kept up the momentum with weekly runs. Enjoying these iconic Singaporean buildings whilst feeling the wind on your back as the sun sets is something I definitely recommend. This was my first time running 6 kilometers, and I survived just in time for a post-run dinner at Lau Pa Sat, a very popular food court. I had the fried porridge, also my first time having this meal. It was so satisfying and left me with great memories. East Coast Park is one of those places that instantly made me smile because it's both a park and a beach at the same time. You've got the ocean stretching out in front of you, while just a few steps away, there are cycling paths, barbecue pits, and families sprawled out on picnic mats. It feels like a true third space, somewhere you can come to jog or just sit and watch the day drift by. And with the surrounding neighborhood as well, the vibe is different. Softer, calmer, more relaxed, almost like it exhales differently. I liked that subtle shift. It reminded me that Singapore isn't just fast-paced, but also about these slower spaces where people gather, unwind, and just be. Lisa and I spent the day playfully exploring movement, then letting ourselves rest, relax, and enjoy the rhythm of the waves. Somewhere in between our laughter and quiet moments, I began noticing the unique aesthetics of Singapore that set it apart from other parts of Southeast Asia. In Malaysia, Vietnam, or Indonesia, neighborhoods are often made up of villages and housing estates with a kind of organic looseness to them. But here, even by the beach, you start to sense the HDB aesthetic, geometric, structured, pastel, planned, yet strangely poetic. Now, HDBs are Singapore's public housing and the backbone of the country. They're not just homes, they're entire neighborhoods, carefully designed and planned for optimal living. And what fascinates me most is that each HDB has its own personality, each painted in a unique palette, often decided by residents themselves who actually get to vote on the color schemes. So you'll find entire neighborhoods with soft pastels, mint greens, pale yellows, and then the famous Tampines red block, which was actually repainted after people found it too haunting. There's something almost cinematic about it all, a little Wes Anderson, a little Bauhaus retro that evokes a certain lazy ennui. And then there are the void decks, the open ground floors under the blocks. On one hand, they're just empty spaces with whitewashed walls, pillars, and arches. But to me, they look like contemporary art museums, a blank space of possibility that I could only see since my visit this time was focused on artistic discovery. Each HDB is its own self-contained world, linked to food courts, elderly care spaces, and playgrounds, which I'm officially obsessed with. Not all playgrounds are created equal, and public ones with this quality of equipment for adults and developmental features for children are only found in the richest of Malaysian neighborhoods. But here, it's for all. I guess this is one benefit of high taxation. As I strolled around on my odd HDB tour, I began to notice a rhythm in the colors and layers that reminded me of kueh lapis, the traditional Singaporean layered cake. Each delicate band a subtle variation in tone, stacked perfectly yet effortlessly. That same gentle layering and thoughtful palette led me to Joo Chiat, a heritage town where the famous Peranakan shophouses rise in a parade of mint greens, soft pinks, sky blues, and buttery yellows. Walking through the streets, I could see the same careful attention to color, pattern, and harmony that I'd admired in the HDBs, but here it was ornamental and expressive, alive with carved windows, decorative tiles, and intricate detailing. The shophouse facades mirrored the colors and patterns of the Nyonya Kebaya and beaded shoes, the traditional costume for Peranakan women. Otherwise known as Straits Chinese, this unique ethnic group flourished in the bustling port cities of Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, and Thailand during the 14th to 17th century, where trade brought both wealth and inspiration. Descended from Chinese settlers who married local women, they created a visual culture that fused the elegance of Ming Dynasty porcelain with the floral patterns of the Nusantara region. They soon became one of the most affluent groups in the region, allowing them to invest in richly adorned shophouses, ornate jewelry, and intricate textiles, which was later accented by European styles like Rococo and chinoiserie. If you have a full day, I recommend first visiting the Peranakan Museum for some learning on culture and history. There are 2 in Joo Chiat, so do some research on which one you want to visit. Then use this self-guided trail. The Katong Joo Chiat Art Circuit is an online map offering both long and short routes that highlight a range of attractions, such as must-see heritage buildings, hands-on experiences, family eateries serving age-old recipes, and vibrant murals. You can either download the map or access it from your phone. Access the Google location by clicking the pin icon. And once you're all walked out and you want to just chill, shop, or eat, there are plenty of places for that. Chic cafes, artisanal bakeries, unique boutiques, and cocktail bars. Yes, a sign of gentrification, but thankfully the many traditional businesses still alive and thriving keep Joo Chiat as a charming microcosm of multi-ethnic Singapore. Creating a dance film had been on my artist to-do list for a while now, and after spending time at the beach, plus doing nice tourist things, I could feel my creative cup filling up. Inspired by my visual exploration so far, I wanted to contrast the dynamic geometry of the city against the structured pastel laziness of HDBs. And my drop-in at a body and geometry class by Alex, a poi dance artist, really allowed me to geek out on this concept. Coming from a background of both whacking, poi, and other flow objects, he created a geometric framework based on the synthesis between the forms. And this philosophy, when applied in the body, can help in unlocking more flow by connecting movement pathways. Think Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man. Spending time with the Singapore flow arts community was one of the highlights of my trip. Not only did I feel alive and connected to my body because of the movement itself, but hanging out with other people in a flow state made time disappear, like the only moment was the present. In case you aren't familiar, flow arts is an umbrella term for all movement practices in which there is object manipulation done in an aesthetic way. The goal is to become one with your object, and when that happens, you enter a flow state, where the mind and body are one in complete immersion with the art. Creativity and freedom flows through you, leading to better physicality, health, and generally just winning at life. This is why I find it incredibly addictive and enjoyable. It's not only a great way to make friends, but I find that it makes me both a better dancer and human. I was also taking contemporary dance classes at Sigma, a really cozy space near Tanjung Pagar. After being on a bit of a hiatus with dance, these classes really helped me to get my body back. What I loved most was how the phrases emphasized movement quality and connection of pathways over executing perfection. The choreography was created to travel and take up space, and I felt a sense of freedom in my dance that I hadn't felt in a while, which echoed everything I'd been feeling with the ease of public transport, my running group, and the flow community. I was putting my body under a lot though, as I was keeping up my regular strength and stunt training. So, one day I decided to sign up for a free trial at Cold Plunge SG. Best decision ever. They've claimed the title of Singapore's first rooftop wellness hub, and for good reason. Sunset vibes here are 100. And the beautiful view will keep you distracted as you're powering through that ice bath. The following day, we shot our dance film, and I was really satisfied with what we created. There was no deep concept or intelligent cinematography, just 2 people having fun. And after that, I went to play golf with a new friend I had made during my cold plunge session. I'm now following Dean to go press balls.
Press balls.
Yes, press balls. It was a completely spontaneous outing and pretty serendipitous too because I had been secretly wanting to try golf for a while now.
Eyes on the ball. That's actually not bad.
Most of Singapore's city attractions are within the same area, so I made a day to walk around and also really get to know my new DJI camera. Starting from Amoy Street in Telok Ayer, and I made a really happy discovery. The Little Match Girl is a sustainable fashion brand that uses tencel material. That means biodegradable clothing from ethically sourced fabric. I loved their cuts and colors and took my time to choose a dress that I knew I would wear for years to come. From there, it was a short walk to the Buddha Tooth Relic Temple in Chinatown. Built in traditional Tang Dynasty style, it's said to hold a tooth belonging to the Buddha. There's controversy as to whether this is true, but it's still an iconic landmark, and the interior really creates a sense of awe, with 1,000 small Buddha statues carved and crafted with such intricacy, reflecting both devotion and craftsmanship at the heart of Buddhist tradition. I continued walking past the Sri Mariamman Museum as well as Chinatown, headed for Raffles Place, which is one of my favorite spaces in Singapore. Since this is a financial district, there are many large sculptures and wide open spaces. I especially love the lawn area, which has spaces to chill and also spaces to play and enjoy art. Make sure you don't miss the nearby Ocean Financial Centre, which features a vertical garden and triangles of stained glass that cast collages of coloured light on the ground below. It really is quite magical and so much fun. Next up was CapitaSpring, a unique rooftop garden and home to Singapore's tallest urban farm at 51 stories high, and it's free to visit. You'll need to make a booking on their website at least 2 weeks in advance, but it's worth it for some panoramic views. There was still more to visit, and I continued my walk towards the river past UOB Bank, which is home to an iconic Salvador Dali artwork. Homage to Newton, a bronze sculpture with a hollow torso and open heart, symbolizing discovery and the mysteries of the universe. From there, the path opened up to the Singapore River, its waters shimmering against the backdrop of colonial-style museums and gleaming towers. It was once the lifeline of the city, where trading boats from around the world would dock with spices, textiles, and goods that shaped Singapore into a bustling port. Now let me introduce you to every Southeast Asian kid's childhood, sandwich ice cream. It's pretty unique because instead of being scooped, it's cut. Giant slabs of ice cream between slices of bread or wafer in classic flavors like sweet corn, yam, mint. I couldn't resist stopping for one. Simple, nostalgic, and the perfect fuel for more wandering. With my camera in hand and the taste of sweet ice cream still lingering, I kept walking, letting the city reveal itself corner by corner, frame by frame. Till finally, I ended my day at the city's nature escape, Fort Canning Park. I almost can't believe that right in the middle of the city exists this hilltop enclave with lush greenery and really rich biodiversity, as well as history. It was once a British military fort and also a palace for kings in the 14th century. You could easily spend a full day here exploring the different flowers and plants, like this majestic Malayan banyan. And at its heart lies the park's most unique feature, the iconic tree tunnel, which features spiraling steps that lead up to a canopy of trees and sky, a frame so perfectly cinematic it feels made for film. Although, be warned, if you do want to get that perfect photo or video, you will have to wait in line. Singapore surprised me with its visual inspiration through geometry of the city as well as structure and the pastel softness in its housing areas. And this was my first time allowing the landscape and experiences that I have during travel to influence my movement and what I create. And as I evolve from being an actor to also a dance artist, this is just the beginning of many more creations to come.